Hello everyone, welcome back to Hortonworks. Today I'm going to demonstrate how to set up Hortonworks Multinode on Google Cloud platform. So in the earlier session we have seen how to set up a Google account in Google Cloud, and then we spin up two nodes by leveraging all the memory, free memory given by Google Cloud. So now we have two nodes available with Google platform. So let's see how to connect these two nodes and how to install Ambari in these nodes in multi-node cluster, right? So let's get started. So the first step is I'm going to connect these two nodes using SSH by using PuTTY. So as part of this SSH connection to the nodes, we would require a public and private keys. So a private key will be with us and public key will be shared to the nodes. So let's generate public and private keys. So for this, we would require a PuTTY software. When you install the PuTTY, it will come along with PuTTY software. Click on that and click on generate. So you should move mouse over this blank area to get some randomness. Okay, then, right. So now we have public key. Okay, and this will become our password, and this will become our username. HTTP industry. Right. So now let's save this private key somewhere else. I'm just saving the desktop where HTTP key something. Okay. Now copy this public key. Okay, and copy this public key. Okay, and then go to the Google Cloud Platform console. Uh, we need to pass this public key to these two nodes, right? So how do we pass these two? So if you see here, metadata, okay, SSH keys, okay. So here you just okay. So if you go to metadata and click on SSH keys and click on add SSH key. So here you can paste the public key. Okay, then click on add public key. To see here you got HTTP user and then click on save. Right, now we have added SSH key, right? So now whatever you added in metadata SSH keys, this will be inherited to all the nodes. Okay, now these two nodes have the public key and we have the private key, right? Now let's see whether we were able to connect to that nodes. Okay, go to again PuTTY, go to PuTTY, and this we should use this external IP as a host name. Go to SSH, browse this one where you can find this one. So if everything works fine, you will have something like this. HTTP user. Right. So if you see here, we were able to connect the node 1, right? The same process applies for node 2 also. Just go to new session, add the IP, go to the key, click on open. Right. So we were able to connect both the nodes using PuTTY and SSH connection. So we are good to go ahead with the further process. So right. So now just settings to PuTTY. Still just showing the form. Right. Okay. Now we need to switch to the root user. We don't know the password, right? I'm just setting the password. I'm just setting the root password. Okay. Just type in root. Right. The same process applies here also. First time. Setting the password. That's good. Yes. Right. So we connected to the till now we connected to both the nodes and successfully connected, logged in as a root user. So the next we are going right. So now we are going to install Hortonworks through Ambari. So there are a couple of steps we need to perform before we install Ambari and then get to uh, install Ambari. Sorry, install Hortonworks through Ambari. So these are the steps we need to perform before we install Ambari and then set up everything. So another thing, we are using MySQL server for Ambari. I'm not going to use the default DB database. So whatever the database that comes as default. So I'm going to perform these steps. I hosted all the steps in Gish University. So you can find this link below this video in comment section. So let's get started one by one. Sorry, need to switch to video. So just check the status. Right, it is now not running, right? Similarly, we're going to perform the same thing on node 1 also. Right, so the firewall is not running. The next step is we need to edit the SSH config file, in order to allow authentication between these two nodes, node 2 and node 1, without passwordless SSH. So we need to change these values: permit root login to yes, authentication to yes, and the public key authentication to yes. So this is the file. So what this command will do is it will take the backup. We'll take the backup and edit all these files using awk command. Just simply type this command. Right. Then restart this SSHD. Okay. Now I think this is not required. This will be performed along with this will perform by Ambari. So not required that particular command. Linux. Now this is another important step. We're not going to do for those two nodes. So this is actually passwordless SSH login between these two nodes. Generally, Ambari will have Ambari agent and Ambari server. So while installing this Ambari server should be able to talk to Ambari agents without any passwordless authentication. So we're going to generate public and private key in node 1, and then we'll copy this public key to node 2, so that node 1 will be able to talk to node 2 without any authentication. So just generate the keys, just type enter, press enter, right? Now we'll have keys here. You see here, you have the keys here, right? Now if you go here and node 2 and see, you don't have the directory, right? Now copy this one, sorry, not this one. Go to node 1, root, hivd, node 2. So this is our node 2, right? We're going to copy this public key to node 2 here. Just type this, right? Just one time, just enter the password, right? Now let's test whether we are able to connect or not. Okay, right? SSH root http node 2. If everything is successful, it should not ask for password. Yes, just type yes. Okay, something went wrong. Sorry. We have to check here. SSH root http user 2. Right. Right. So if you see here, from node, so this is our node 1, right, and this is our node 2. So from here we were able to successfully log in into node 2, right? So if you see, if you just type exit, so if you see here, we are at node 1. Okay, we are actually node 1. So we set up SSH passwordless for this. You can consider this as Ambari server or node 1. So when you do here, right, when you log in into root 2, if you don't perform these steps, it will ask for password. When we perform these steps, right, and you just type enter, it will successfully log in into root 1 without any password. So right now, right now, now let us set up Mysql database for Ambari server, right? So first we are going to install Mysql server. Remember, we need this Mysql installation in only one node. So we'll choose node 1 as node 1 for installing Mysql server. So we're going to install Ambari also in the same node where we're installing the Mysql server. Okay. Just type y. Right. So once successfully installed, just start the server. Using MySQL admin, just set the password. So this command will set the root user and password. Okay. Now we are going to create 3 databases for Ambari, Hive, and oozie. Right. This we should have space here. So once you enter into this one, just just run these SQL commands to create database and users for Hive, Ambari, and oozie. Remember these passwords. We're going to use these passwords later here. Okay, oozie password, Hive password, and Ambari password, right? Simply just type exit. So once we exit here, we're going to set up some more commands here. Right. So next step is install Java, but we're not going to install Java here because as part of Ambari server setup, we will install Java. So you can skip that step right now here for the moment. Right? So this is actually setting up of that Hortonworks repo to our YAML list. So once this is done, we're going to install actual Ambari server in node 1. So these are all the steps. Remember, these are all the steps we will need to perform in only one node. This is master node. I'm up to here from Mysql. Okay. We are performing in node 1. Right. So before we run the Ambari server, we need to set up few things. So Linux is set to permission mode and temporarily server okay to continue. Yes, why? And then we want to customer user account. No. Okay. So install Java type 1.8. Accept this one. Right. Advanced database configurations. Enter choice. A few minutes ago we installed Mysql, right? Just select the option as 3. Host name localhost is fine. This is also fine. Database name, I think we created Ambari DB, right? Create Ambari DB, right? Ambari DB. Username is Ambari. Ambari. And password is Ambari. Use the same password whatever is mentioned here, Ambari underscore password. And then press Y. You should get this particular statement, right? Yeah. Then we are going to run one SQL command, which will actually install all this, Ambari related queries into the particular database we created right now. Right. There is another command we need to set up before we actually run the Ambari server. Right. Now Ambari server start. If everything is successful, you should get a successful message. If everything is fine. Right. Now it is running on 8080, right? 8080 node 1. So go here, node 1, this one, and just type 080. I think it will be HTTP. Yeah, this kind of yeah. Yeah, this might be okay. See, the reason is we need to add a firewall here. Okay, go to network services. So VPC networks and firewalls. By default, 8080 port is not open, so we need to create a firewall here. Okay, name open 8080 port. Okay, for Ambari. Right. I think the company name is HTTP. No, one. This one, 0, 0. This means open this port for any IP address. TCP colon 8080. Right. So this firewall is for our particular node, HTTP node 1, which will allow 8080 port for any IP address. Okay. So we are actually adding this particular tag called HTTP node 1. Let us see whether after successful creation. And it's still not allowing, then we'll do one thing. Go here, select this one, edit here. You do one thing, instead of specify target text, allow all instances. Right. So once we open the port 8080, you can get the login screen. You should get this login screen. I think default password is admin. Let us see. Right. So finally we got the admin screen, right? So if you follow all these steps, so you should able to get this particular screen. So from here onwards, the actual Hadoop services will be installed using this Ambari UI. So from here onwards, we are going to perform everything from UI only, not the command line. So let's get started. So let's go ahead and create cluster. Click on launch, install data. context. To provide the host, you have to provide all the hosts. So here we have two hosts, right? Two hosts. So I want to install just provide the two hosts. You have to provide the private key earlier. This will be our private key. Context.com. So both are successful. So we are good to install hivd. Running that additional. So you have to list all these services that we provide as part of Ambari. So I'm not going to install all the services. So let's just select only the required services like the required services. Speed to lead. But Windows left slider. So here we're going to assign secure two nodes, right? That have markers and nodes, right? So we're going to shuffle the services to project type so that we go type server to right. After we install Mysql and node one, right? I'm going to move the file server to it node one. That is the way we have metastore of more services of node one services. Right now we have balanced the services and markers of one of the context. This is for layers, I think this is for the install data node. Now here we to customize few services. So I become purpose become code with the purpose right. So there is this right. We take the setup for the district work successful. As I say, to easy also. We are also busy with still CPD test action. This is the free node 2. So I install Mysql code right. It is able to reach right. It is successful. You get the one for it fix. It asks for default password. You just type password.